they get their turn, they get all that money, and guess what? They ride off into the sunset. What did Obama change?
Homosexual laws. That's about it.
That's about it. What did Obama really change? What, he was the first black guy? But I mean, but what?
Like what? Give me one.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, that's the first thing black people. He did, and no disrespect to you, baby. He did a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Come on, man. What'd he do?
Free cell phones, the county ones.
Oh,
Obama phones.
Obama phones.
He did a lot of bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Abortions. So he's a murderer. So Obama's a murderer.
I think the
Trump
cages.
freed more niggas than Obama.
Yeah,
Hey.
I can't say that.
Hey, the cages on the border.
Trump freed more cats than Obama. Look, Obama's a murderer because Obama advocated abortions. That's murder.
Facts.
So you know how God feels about that, right? You know what God says about murder?
It's one of the 10.
Yeah, that's one of the 10 Commandments. Give me that one. Causes seed to depart from her. I need that one. It's in
Oh no, that's the Exodus.
Yeah.
That's the Exodus.
Oh, the raper?
No, if two men strive, I need that one.
Exodus 22.
I'm gonna show you. Is abortion murder to you? It's murder. So you would agree then Obama's a murderer? Yeah. And I'm gonna show you. That's what's up with black right here? Judging? Oh, he's mad because of the judging situation. The judging situation.
Give me one scripture. He said voting. I just want to show one scripture.
Voting.
Yeah. Give me that Deuteronomy.
Oh yeah.
This the come here, come see it. This the King James. Do you respect the King James? Yeah. Do you respect the King James? Huh?
100%.
Okay. Show him that scripture. Show him that scripture about
17, 14, 17.
Hey Matt, can you give him my number?
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
So the Lord has to choose the king reads.
One from among thy brethren
Your people, your race.
shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Another nation over you. So we want to vote to another nation? It's the scripture. The Lord said.
Do you accept that?
No.
Wait, I want to hear why. Like why?
What's the purpose of you guys saying that? I understand the Bible is correct and everything it does, but the physical part I'm talking about, what about Rosa Parks and all these people that died, for the right to vote?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Even though we're voting today, has that changed anything in our neighborhoods?
But you guys are saying the thing is, it's better to have some than nothing. What about that?
So like I'm asking, so like for instance, voting, right? Like you from LA, right? Okay, we from LA, right? Nothing has changed from voting to not voting, right? And I'm gonna show you one. That was a good thing. Read that one more time for me, but I'm gonna get you another one too while we don't vote. Give me righteous decree. Go ahead, read it loud.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
So the first thing is, God has to choose who can be our leader, like the brother brought out. We can't put a president like Donald Trump or even Obama. I'm gonna tell you this, Obama worse than Donald Trump. You want me to tell you why? Because Obama was for same-sex marriage. The Bible's against that. So automatically, I can't vote for him because God says I have to vote for somebody that he chooses. And Obama was not somebody God chose because Obama is against what God told us to do.
No.
So this is why, look, and I'm going to show you. This is why we don't vote. And then I'm going to show you another reason why. Read that, 94 and 20.
This is Psalms chapter 94, verse 20.
A little louder.
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
You heard that? Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with you? What does that mean? You know, a throne is where the government seat is, where everything is ran from, power. Shall the throne of iniquity, meaning the government of wicked, is America a wicked government? Yes. You know how they have a wicked government? Because for one, America was started off the bloodshed of our people. For one, murder and killing and rape. For one. For two, they tell you can have same-sex marriage in America, right? Don't they tell you that?
No, they have that. I don't agree with that. But they do preach that where they do have laws and stuff.
So should you have fellowship with? So now that you know that, should you have fellowship with the nation that tells you can do that?
But how is it hard? So my thing is, so when you guys doing this, how do you support yourself financially? So do you depend on the government, or do you not
Render
depend on the
Caesar to what
government? Or you have your individual, you have your own fund,
Well, so
private fund.
right. So now, just because we don't vote and we don't contribute to the laws in this land, that doesn't mean that we can't work. We have to work. I'm gonna show you what Christ said. You got it? I think it's in Matthew.
So do you believe in tithing?
21 and 20.
You believe in tithing and
Huh?
offering? You
Huh?
believe in tithing and offering? You believe in tithing?
Well, tithing.
Get a little closer, King.
Tithing and
Give it
offering.
back to the church.
Right. Well, okay. What's the church? What's the true church?
You're giving the church to help the people.
Right. Not these churches.
Not the ones, not the ones that I talk about this church down here.
Yeah, these churches are wicked. You know that, right?
Yeah, and maybe basically one is the Catholic church.
Yeah, Catholic church and the Christian church. I'm sure both of them are wicked. So this is the body. We put our monies together. We don't call it tithing because tithing, according to the Bible, tithing was something that was done for the Levitical priesthood. So the Levitical priesthood is no longer in power right now. So we don't give tithing, we give alms. So what alms is we all bring our monies together. So if a brother falls on hard times, he can take a loan from us instead of going to the bank. When a brother falls on hard times, we can pay his rent instead of him going to these loan sharks, charging interest. See what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. We're actually building a community within this society. That's called revolution. So, read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, and verse 21.
Now you said,
So there's so many different types. That's what I'm saying. So many different. You got the Muslims, you got the Arabs, you got all these different types, and then you got the place. So many different things working against it.
well, Islam is false too. We're going to talk about that too. Islam is not what our people need to be in. The Nation of Islam or Orthodox Islam.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
I'm going to show you real quick. If you get in 2 seconds, I'm going to clear that confusion up for you. Let me answer this first question you had about how do we get our money. Go ahead.
They said unto him, Caesar. Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar.
No, read the verse above the verse you started with.
Okay, come, verse 20. And he said unto them, who is this image in subscription?
Right, so Christ had the money. At that time, he was in Rome. Rome was in power, right? So he took the money. He said, whose face is on this money? That's what Christ said. Because the people that are in power, see, black people don't know this. The people that are in power, they put their face on their money. Taxes, right? So that's what he was saying. Hey, put your face on the money. Read up above that, though.
I'm on
19.
Yeah, 19. Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. Verse 20, and he said unto them, who is this image in subscription? They said unto him, Caesar.
See that? It was a white man face on there, like it is on our money. Read.
Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar.
So what Caesar's, we give to Caesar. So do we pay taxes? Yes. We render Caesar what's his. Do we go to work? Yes. We live in this society. We render Caesar what his. But does that mean we have to vote? No. Does that mean we agree with the wickedness of this place? No. But we give Caesar what's his because that's wisdom. Because we're in this captivity. Jesus knew that. That's why when they asked Jesus, the context of that story is, do we pay taxes or not? And Christ was like, look, you render Caesar's what's Caesar's. If Caesar tell you to pay taxes, you will be stupid not to. Because you're going to go to jail. So pay taxes. But at the end of the day, who's our God? The Creator. And whose laws are we going to follow above America's laws? God's law. Go ahead. And that's why we didn't vote for Obama and we didn't vote for nobody else. Because those are wicked leaders. Right? That's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
The book of Acts.
Oh, get it for him. I don't think it ripped. Yeah.
Oh, I got it, I got it.
You got it? Acts
Book of
1.
Acts, chapter 5, verse 29.
Bring it out.
Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
So we obey God rather than men. You understand? So we don't. Oh well, I gotta vote for somebody to. Remember that thing that was saying the greater of lesser evils? No. Remember that with Hillary Clinton and goddamn Donald Trump? The
Yeah.
greater or lesser? No. To hell with that. We ain't voting for none of them. Because they both wicked. So why would I vote for any of them? Why would I vote for any senator, any government when they are not doing anything for our people in this country?
Your vote don't count anyway.
Huh?
Your vote
Yeah,
doesn't
no, the vote don't count anyway. The electoral college. Didn't more majority of people,
Disagree on.
Huh?
So many people died for that right.
but they died in vain. They died in
for that
vain.
right, and I still have a problem.
But
I
listen,
still, your brother here saying that I don't believe in the Bible. That's not true. I believe in the Bible. Every day I wake up, I give thanks to God for taking my breath. 'Cause it was Him who woke me up this morning, not man. I give God I thank God every day. Every day. The air we breathe is free.
the reason why, look,
Yeah, we
listen,
breathe
the
free.
reason why he's saying that to you, though, and I'm gonna let him speak, but the reason why he's saying that to you is because you might think you know God and you love God.
I have my own individual.
Go ahead, say what you gotta say. and
I
I'm
have
gonna
my own
go
individual
ahead,
thing.
go ahead. Look,
You can't judge this. You can't judge them. You say that I don't believe in God because God has taken care of me
Let me tell
every
you why.
day
Let me
since
tell
I
you
was born.
Let me tell you why.
Even when I went overseas, He took care of me over there. And I carried in my left
Oh,
pocket.
you believe that's the word of God?
Psalm 91 protected me from all harm. The whole time I was there for the 2 years, I never had anything come to my way to hurt me. And I believe that 100%.
So you believe that's the word of God? That's the word of God. I didn't write it, right?
Yeah, but
Hold on.
but you
Let me
can't
continue. Did he write it?
I don't know.
None of us wrote it, right? This Bible predates all of us, right?
Everybody.
oh yeah, we
So look,
we talk about some everything. No, go ahead. We ain't gonna- Right now, I need to finish that conversation with you about the pants.
That's
Yeah, I gotta show you about the pants.
Only one person who was in my heart is God Himself. You can't.
Okay, bring it out.
You can't
Bring it out,
say-
sis.
you can't say that.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken. Go
You
ahead.
sure?
Seriously,
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
cannot say
All right,
that.
look. This is what we saying, bro. What the brother is saying is this: do you believe in this book?
Nah, you don't.
Why did you say that?
Wait, no. Listen to me. Listen to me. Do you believe in this book? Yes, or no. You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow this book, right?
Yeah.
So this.
Everything I do.
Okay.
is
So
with Him.
so let's listen to the book then. Let's not listen to me or you, right? We listen to the book, right? The book. Let's read the book.
1 John chapter 2, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And hereby we do know that we know Him.
You said you know God, right?
They tell me every day.
But now let me ask you this: how does the book say you know God? Let's see. Let's see. Read it one more time.
And hereby we do know that we know Him
This is how we say we can know God. This is how we know God. Read.
if we keep His commandments.
If we keep God's commandments, that's how we know God. But if watch this. Read.
He that saith, I know Him,
So you say you know God. Let me ask you this: do you
Commandments.
do you keep the commandments?
That's what I can. We all understand.
Okay, watch this. Read.
he that saith, I know Him, and keepeth not His commandments,
Now, if you say you know God and you keep not His commandments, read.
is a liar,
You'll be a liar. Read.
and the truth is not in
And
Him.
the truth is not in you. Read.
But whoso keepeth His word,
But if you keep God's word,
in Him verily is the love of God perfected.
now you know God. Now let me ask you this. In God's word, it says not to have wicked leaders above you. We just read that. So now, the brother brought it out. So now, if you say you vote and you want wicked leaders above you, you are disobeying the words of God.
No.
You're not disobeying what we're telling you. You're disobeying God's word. So God said, if you disobey His word, He does not know you. That's what we're trying to get you to understand. So Rosa Parks and all those people, they died in vain. They died in vain. You understand? A gift. Give me a gift destroys the heart. Give me that. Give me that. Because you know why they died in vain? They died in vain because when the white man gave them a little cookie, He said, oh, we want to vote. The white man said, man, let them niggas vote. It ain't gonna hurt anyway. We still got power. Let them vote. But your community, so now you thought you got a gift. You thought you won. I won, we can vote. But he putting drugs in your community. But he doing other stuff to your people. But you so blinded by black people, right? Our elders, they so blinded by we can vote. Times ain't got better because I remember we couldn't vote. But yet they putting drugs in your neighborhood. But you vote for that system. How you vote for a system that put drugs in your neighborhoods? Watch this, read.
God, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Good.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
A gift destroys your heart because the white man gave you the gift of voting. He said, let them niggas vote. He gave you a gift, and hooray, we won, we did it. But then look around. Look at your people. Look at your neighborhood. Look at the killing and all that going on in your community. All because your right to vote distracted you from the white man shipping all the jobs out your neighborhoods. Creating poverty in your hoods. But you so distracted by voting that you couldn't even see what the white man was doing. Hey, you know what? You said you're not from LA, right? Okay, let me give you some history. I'm from LA. I've been born and raised. Let me give you a little history. At once upon a time, Compton was a suburb. You know that?
All white too.
You was here at that time? Okay, yeah.
I came in. It was
Okay,
all
cool.
white.
So you can say
go
you.
to those areas. You couldn't go to Compton, you couldn't go to Linwood, you couldn't go to Southgate.
Okay, so you from
They
LA.
used to run us back over the tracks. We'd be
Okay. So now let me show you this. Okay, what happened? What was going on with black people at that time? Were we well off in the sense of jobs, and we was coming to California? We was getting jobs in industries and all of that. We had work, and guess what they did? They took those jobs and they started to outsource it. You remember that?
Close them factories.
They closed factories down, took their jobs away. So now, Detroit, the local automotive, Chevy, got them out of there, right? Now watch this. What did that do to the black? Notice they didn't get rid of none of the prominent white jobs. They only got rid of the jobs that Negroes was working. What did that do to the communities? It destroyed the communities. It wiped it out. So now what happens? You bag a dog into a corner, what are you gonna do? Gonna bite you, right? So now what happened? We start robbing. We start stealing. We start doing that. So now, what did voting do for us? Nothing. No, that's all we telling you, OG.
I know, but your philosophy is one thing, but maybe because I look at stuff a whole different way than most people anyway. So,
Okay.
I have to go by what I was taught, and it's good to chop it up with you guys and see your opinion. Everybody has to be entitled to their opinion of what they believe.
You got an opinion, right?
So I'm just
No, you're right,
I'm
Elder.
just gonna let you guys do what you do.
I'll say this last thing to you. Look, listen. My opinion is the sky is green. Your opinion is the sky is red. What color is the sky? It's blue. So opinions don't mean opinion. Everybody got opinions, but everybody can see fact. So let me show you this. My opinion, when I say voting didn't work, that's not, what's this? That's not an opinion. It's, you know why it's a fact? Because look around you. Yes. So it's a fact. Voting didn't work. That's not an opinion, because if voting worked, why are our communities still trash? Why are we still on drugs? Why are we still impoverished? Why are we still lacking sources and resources? Why do our schools look like this? Why does Centennial and Gompers and all these schools look like they look? If voting works. Because the fact of the matter is, OG, voting doesn't work, and that is a fact. That's not my opinion.
But when you guys go out and advocate, go to different local city council meetings and stuff like that, you guys don't go and advocate on their behalf?
We don't.
You don't do any of that?
You know why we don't do it? I'm gonna tell you again. That's a good question. You know why we don't do it? Because historically we've seen our people already did it and it don't work.
Yeah, but you still need to go out and let them know what's happening on your community.
Look, listen, they're not gonna listen to what we saying. I'm gonna show you. Look, listen. You know what we're doing that's better than that? We're literally taking young men and establishing order without them. Guess what? They don't care about you. So no matter Maxine Waters, what was the governor, the 10 tribe governor after Arnold Schwarzenegger? Eric Garcia, right? Garcetti, Eric Garcetti. All of these people, they got all these programs, all this stuff. Is it work? Is it working? Governor, who was the mayor? Okay, Garcetti. Thank you for the correction. Did he do anything for the neighborhood? Huh? No. Maxine Waters, a black woman. Did she put her damn school there, but what did she do for the hood? Over 20-some years, Maxine, we did more for this than Maxine Waters. See, that's what we're trying to tell you.
And what way have you done? What have you done? So other than what you're doing?
I'm gonna show you. Used to be a gangbanger. I don't want to put nobody in front of me, but put it like this: lifes of crime. Now look at him. But look at him. I'm not saying everybody, but some brothers got passed. Look at that. No, not that. Watch this. Raise your hand if the brothers is married out here. Who married out here? You're married, and specifically the young man. I'm married. My brother married. Guess what? 29 years old with a successful marriage. People my age don't. They ask me questions. How the hell you still married? You married? You got kids? How? Order? How is that? That's because the Bible works. Not voting.
In my case, I've been married 39 years.
You come from a different generation, though. I'm talking about this generation. That's why I said.
And my daughter's been married too, so they've been married for like 15 years.
That's good. I'm happy for you. The point is, marriage is something in our communities is something that's moral within ourselves.
Breaking generational curses.
So before we could go think of somebody else is going to help us, we got to help ourselves. That's the reason why we don't care about what they got going on in legislation, because it's not going to work. We are here to build up our communities for our own accord. That is why we do what we do. That's why we're talking to you. That's why we on this corner right here.
I was going to basically make this here.
Go ahead.
I freaking, my kids went to LA, went to school at Centennial High School in Compton.
What year?
In 90, graduated in 90.
Okay.
Bella Victoria got a school scholarship at HBCU in Clark, Atlanta. Then the second one went to Washington Prep in LA. And my thing, maybe because I'm different than most parents, I was involved. I stayed involved. I knew what the schools were doing. If they didn't have the stuff that my kids need, guess what? I advocated for not only my kids, but the other kids as well. Books is something they had a problem with the books during that time. Somebody they couldn't get books from the local people in the local schools. I advocated for that. I was there every day. They knew me by name. I'm like, nah. Every year you're gonna give my kids the books they need to be educated. You're not gonna tell me you don't have the money, but you have Title I money. Every parent should know that Title I money is already allocated for them to make sure these kids get everything they need.
Right.
The children program taught my kids how to read at an early age. Their kids can't learn how to read until they're 4 years old.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Reading at 2.
Yeah, mine was too.
And from that point on, I made them use the money that we pay into to get my kids. I didn't have private schools. I made them do what they were supposed to do. You have to.
Can I ask you a question? I want you to expound. Can I ask you a question?
Right.
Do white people have to do what you did?
No, they don't.
Why? Right. So now this is my question. That was the 90s, right? You was on there? When did Rosa Parks and all them die for voting? Did it work? You still had to go fight.
Yeah, but it's my job.
That's the point. It didn't work. You shouldn't have to have had done that if voting works. When did we get the right to vote? What
But
year?
I don't want to have to turn around and have to be paying for a private school when I, like you said, you're supposed to. I pay taxes, you pay taxes, your parents pay taxes. So it is my job. It's my duty and my
I agree
job
with you.
to
No, I agree with you on
take care
that.
of
Yeah.
Yeah, well, true all the things you said, true, I wasn't supposed to do that, yeah. But I worked. But see, the thing about me, I knew working at Palisades High School. I worked at Palisades.
Oh, you worked in a good for you.
I worked at
Palisades
Palisades High School. I got. Now let's tell my kids. These people we get everything. And guess what? Because of that, that was the reason why I went. I could have blessed my son there, but my son didn't want to go there. All Revere. Marquez Elementary, they got so much money, it's pitiful.
Right, but see, that's
I went there.
Oh, you did?
I
You
went
did?
to those schools.
So look, this is what I'm asking you. This is what I'm saying.
I took because of that was the reason why
As a father, you're supposed, like, we're doing the same thing. Now we're doing it a little different. I homeschool my kids. I don't send my kids to no public school or private. The reason why is because schools are a lot different now. They teach homosexuality in the schools now. They doing a whole bunch of stuff I don't agree with. So I homeschool my kids, and my kids are very, very smart. Reading, like you said, early, the whole nine. My wife trains my kids and teaches my kids at home. My wife went to school, got her child development credentials and the whole nine. So we doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, though.
But let me tell you,
it's kind of sad to see that you see a whole different world on that side.
But the point, that's the point.
Like, oh my God,
What's your name? What's your name?
Gary.
Gary. But Gary, nice to meet you. But Gary, that's the point I'm trying to make to you. We got the right to vote in 76, 70s, in 1870 or something like that.
1965 is when they started fighting for it.
1965. So let's just say 1965. We got the rights to vote, do our whole thing, right? So the point is not to discourage from all the good that you tried to do. The point is, if voting was the answer, you shouldn't have had to do all of that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I hear you.
You're supposed to vote for somebody. What's this? You're supposed to vote for somebody. Yeah. You're supposed to vote for somebody to do that for you. You're not supposed to do that. So the point of this whole thing is voting does not work. Okay, clap it up for the brother. Now,
I know. I'm just trying to get you. I'm just letting you know that not everybody out here is, with all this crap that's going on.
I agree.
You already know that they're full of shit most of the time.
Yeah.
You already know that already. And even they're preaching this stuff, this new government, the new guy that's talking about what are you gonna do for the man? He ain't gonna do that. Dude builds the Caruso guy, and they got the black guy advocating
as the face, yeah.
He's advocating for him. Dude built up a $50 I remember when I was working there. He came in and he's a well-known developer. He's a billionaire, man. He's a billionaire. He's about he won't work for $1. Yeah. He's not gonna change anything. He's not gonna change. He just wants to get that seat.
That money, because all of the senators, all of the governors, when they get their turn, look, notice how it's called the turn, right? When they get their turn, they get all that money, and guess what? They ride off into the sunset. What did Obama change?
Homosexual laws. That's about it.
That's about it. What did Obama really change? What, he was the first black guy? But what?
Hey, what? Give me one.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, that's the first thing black people did. And no disrespect to you, baby. He did a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Come on, man. What'd he do?
Free cell phones, the county ones.
Oh,
Obama phones.
Obama phones.
He did a lot of bad. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Abortions. So he's a murderer. So Obama's a murderer.
I think the
Trump
cages.
freed more niggas than Obama.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Hey, the cages on the border.
Trump freed more cats than Obama. Look, Obama's a murderer because Obama advocated abortions. That's murder. So you know how God feels about that, right? You know what God says about murder?
It's one of the 10.
Yeah, that's one of the 10 commandments. Give me that one. Causes her seed to depart from her. I need that one. It's in
No, that's the Exodus.
Yeah.
That's the Exodus.
Oh, the raper?
No, if two men strive, I need that one.
Exodus 22.
I'm gonna show you. Is abortion murder to you? It's murder. So you would agree then Obama's a murderer? Yeah. And I'm gonna show you that abortion is murder in the Bible. Ironically, they fighting for abortions right now, right? Abortion is murder.
They're trying to ban it.
I'm gonna show you. You want to see? Do you believe the Bible?
Yeah, but I don't
You do believe?
22 and 22. Deuteronomy 20, Exodus 22 and 22.
You said what?
I don't believe that.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. There's a lot of things you can do. You can get a baby up for adoption. Look, check this out.
Okay, but
First
why,
of all, I'm gonna say this.
Wait. Why have
Right.
the baby? Why have the baby and give the baby up for adoption? Then you got to worry about years later that baby come looking for you and asking all these questions and shit.
So you gonna kill it?
Huh?
So you gonna kill it?
Motherfucker, right?
You gonna murder it? Yeah. Let's read that. Read
The
that.
book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 22.
If that's the case, I'm a murderer.
Look, read it.
If
Read it.
man strive and hurt a woman with child, so
So
that
a
her
woman,
fruit-
hold on. So a woman is with child, right? Read.
so that her fruit depart from her,
So her fruit, which is her seed, departs from
I
her.
know what that means.
Read.
and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished.
Okay, read.
According as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine.
So that's if two men are fighting and they hit a woman that's pregnant and her seed depart from her.
Shout out my elders working, trying to get together, making sure we do it better. Free us from this wider pressure. My people catching cases, double life he facing. Scattered all across the world, I see familiar faces. Say we all.